Hi there, this is Jamie with DigiPro Payments. In today's tutorial training session, we're going to be talking about products in our e-commerce module and how they're set up. And I hope the goal of this video is just to help you have a greater understanding of how to update products and create new products and like how the products are structured in the e-commerce module. So I am currently on my Sandbox account, and I've got what we call like our category page up. And what I mean by that is that you'll see these categories over here. And typically the category page will always end in /shop. And then when you click on a subcategory, it'll navigate over to it'll change up to, shop, family, then break down to men's and then tees. That's kind of like the hierarchy of how these category pages are set up. And so you can have a top level category like men's, and then underneath that you can have subcategories like tees, bracelets, gears, and tank tops. And with the category pages, you can have they're listed here on the left sidebar, but you can also set it up to be selected here from the top menu as well. So if I click on shop and I want to just navigate specifically over to tank tops, you can set it up for that as well. In fact, for a store, you could have your categories listed across the top of the menu here. So next we'll go over to, I'm going to click on the a product, and we're going to go to the product detail page. And this is just all of the information for a particular product that's listed here. And so, you typically on a product detail page, you have your product images, and then over here you have, you scroll, you have your additional images. Then we've got the SKU, the name of the product, the price, the description, and then the product options, which this has got a product option grouping, which it's two product options combined together to essentially create a group that that works in conjunction with each other. So for instance, if I'm looking for a if I'm looking for, say, a particular color, I'm looking for a blue shirt, but I need a medium size. These actually work together to look at, color and then size, and it checks with the database to make sure that we have ample quantity in stock. So that is a product option grouping. So then we also have the quantity here. Then we've got just more details on particular product, and we'll go into that in just a little bit more. And then we've got the product attributes, such as the style. It could be, this is a crew neck tee. You could also list down here maybe the fabric, whether or not it's like 100% cotton or tri-blend. Maybe the fit, if it's like a, kind of a more of a slender fit versus like a looser fit. And then down here at the bottom, we've got the share. And keep on scrolling. You can also tie related products to one product as well. So if, for instance, you have this shirt, but then maybe there is like a pair of shorts or a belt or something like that to go along with it, you can tie those products together. So I'm in the admin dashboard now, and I've navigated over to e-commerce, catalog, and then product list, and it's going to pull up my entire product list. And I'm going to come back over here and just click on shop. So all enabled products that are listed here will load in here on this category shop page. So if there's a product that's turned on, it's going to load on this particular shop page. Now, you'll also see that the way that these are organized is by, they're sort ordered. So right here on this product list, you'll see 1, 2, 3. So you'll see that that's going from left to right is how when this page loads, it's going, that sort order controls how these products are going to display in this category page. Then right here, you also see just some general details on a product, such as the image, the product name, the price, categories that product associated with, and then the SKU. And then over here at the top, when this product list is going to load, it's always going to load the first 10 products, and then you have the ability to expand that list out to up to 100 or to see all of your products. And then there's a search function here as well, so you can search for a particular product if that's what you're going to look for. Back out of that. And then right here, if you need to create a product from scratch, there is a add new, and then an export function if you want to export out your entire product list to an Excel, a CSV, or a PDF file. Now, even though that this new is here, what I like to do is just, and as far as like just setting up products real quickly, is if I've got a t-shirt or a product that I know is set up and all I really need to do is just maybe swap out, an image, description, that's, maybe the product falls in the same categories. A real easy step is to just come over here, find a kind of a product that is similar to the one you're getting ready to set up, hit options, and then clone. You can clone that product, and whenever it clones that product, it's always going to clone it as disabled, and then you can go in there and like swap in the assets and then enable that product. It's just a real time saver. So next, we're going to talk about the actual product details. Again, we kind of covered this just a little while ago at the beginning of the video. Now we're going to talk about like how we set this up. So to open up a product details, you'll click on options and then edit. And so just as everything else is mostly in the platform, it's a kind of a step-by-step guidance where you have your general information on the product, you have your data such as your image, and this is mostly kind of like your product specs like SKU, your cost, your price, quantity that you have. This quantity field is really something that you're going to use maybe if you only have a single product. There's no options that are associated with the product. And then you have your weight. If you're using our weight-based shipping, or if you're using USPS, this is where you would enter in the weight of the product. And then you also have just your tax classes and status. But to kind of get you started, so you on this number one step, you have the ability to choose whether or not it's a physical product. Most of the stores that we have are doing physical products. You don't really see any type of like downloads and albums or anything like that anymore. So there is like if you are doing a service, you can do that as well. Then you have your start date. So maybe if you have a product that's you want to go ahead and set up products, but they're not available to sell immediately, you just have some time to go ahead and set up new products, you can schedule that product to go live at a future date. So you would just choose the start date and then the start time, and then your end date and your end time is optional. Now, if you have a product that say is a limited time only product, it's available for like say like a 2-week time slot or 30 days, you can use this as well to select the start date and start time, and then the end date and the end time for that product to fall off of the store. And then once you do that, you want to always make sure that you select the proper time zone that you're in. Now the product name is right here, and just kind of going back to the store, that's this section right here on the product detail page. And then we have the SKU right here, and that is this part right here. And again, you'll see that we don't do any spaces in there. And then we have our short description, and that's this section right here. And underneath that, we have a long description, and that's this section right here. And you can, write a little bit more deeper detail of the product right there. And then underneath that, we have the SEO information, such as the title, the description, and then the keywords associated with the product. Again, that's some information that you definitely don't want to leave off. And then once you get all that information in there, you can go to the next step as far as adding your product images, your image alt tag. You have space for your SKU model number if you've got a model number. Then you also have your stock keeping unit, your SKU, and then your cost, your price. There's ability to make an item for sale. So if you have a sale that's coming up, or of a sale in the future, you can add in your sale price, and then you can schedule the start date and time, and then the end date and time for that sale. Your quantity, and again, that's something that you're going to want to use if it's a it's just one product that you're setting up. There's no options associated with that. And then your product weight. Right here, you have the ability to change up the label on the button on the product details page. So you'll see that I've got it selected as donate. If I change it to buy now and then hit save, and then I'm going to refresh this page, and you'll see that it updated. Next, if you've got products that have a minimum order quantity, you can set those. So if somebody needs to, purchase 2 of a product, they can, whenever they go to add a product to their catalog, if they don't have 2 that is being selected, they'll get a nice little reminder that they need to add 2. And then if you've got a quantity max, so they can only purchase so many at the time of checkout, you can put that on there as well. Then this is where you would apply your tax class. So you do have to set up your tax classes beforehand and then apply the tax class to the product. And then you can also turn on and off the status of a product here. So if you're cloning a product, it's automatically going to be disabled. Once you get done swapping out the assets, you can enable that particular product, and then you have the visibility. So you might have products that are for internal billing purposes, and you don't want the customers to see on the front end. You can unselect that web, and it'll be just a product that you can just ring up in the back end. And it's just the exact opposite. If you just want a product on the web but don't want anybody to be able to ring it up in the back end, you can uncheck that box and then save it. And then down here is if you've got a product that is maybe it's a recurring type billing type product, you can set the frequency of monthly or yearly for that product. And then if you want to exclude products from your shipping, you can check this box, and this product will be marked as free shipping when purchased. Next, we've got your links, and this is where you're going to assign a product to a category. And again, you have to set up your categories beforehand, and then you would then select the category from the drop-down and assign a product to a category. And then you can also do your related products here as well. Your product attributes, so that's this section right here. So if you have like a product attribute called fabric, and it would be 100% cotton. This is where you would enter that information in. And then you'll see right there, instantaneous. Next, we have product options, and we'll have another video that will go into deeper detail of the product options. But again, options are something that you would set up beforehand before you even get to your product list. So when you're working here on a product, you can assign an option to a product. Just a kind of a note about this. If you do, like, say maybe like clone a product, or you need to assign options to a product, or you need to change the options on a product that already has an options assigned to it, just kind of guidance on that is that you would need to delete the options from the product, save it, because now you're kind of like wiping the slate clean on that product, and then come in and then assign your options. And then you can add your quantity on your options. And then save. So again, just as a reminder, if you need to update options on a product, or you've cloned options on a product, just a rule of thumb is that you, in that product already has existing options, you got to delete it, save it, and then add your new options there. I'm going to skip over discount and tickets. Tickets are primarily for events and registration, and then I'm going to go to images. So step 8 on images is where you would assign secondary images that would rotate on the product details here. So right now I've just got one image that's selected, and then we'll also have just a later video, another video on formatting images, and they'll kind of take you through just a free software in case you don't have like Photoshop or anything like that. But this is once you get through all your edits, just make sure to hit save, and it will save that product, and you display it on the product detail page. And that's it. So again, this is Jamie with DigiPro Payments, and we just kind of covered the product list and the e-commerce module. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.